Infiniti, the luxury brand of Nissan, been out since 1989. Sales haven't been great lately, but they do have some new products coming down the pipeline, so we're going to go over that. We're over automotive news. Infiniti promises dealers a new two-row crossover. Go figure, crossovers is the hot thing right now. They have the QX50, they have the QX55. Those are kind of like compact crossovers. And they also have their best-selling QX60, which just got redesigned this year. The new crossover fills a white space between Infiniti's three-row QX60 and its compact QX50 crossovers. So this is really important for them. The best-selling luxury SUV on the market typically is a Lexus RX, which is a mid-size two-row crossover. The fact that Infiniti doesn't have anything there, nor does Acura, gives Lexus free reign in that space. Unfortunately, Lexus also doesn't have a competitive three-row family hauler like Infiniti, like Acura. This new two-row crossover is going to debut in 2025. That is so far away. They need this. They should have had this vehicle out 5 years ago. We're not going to get it for another 3 more years, so it's really tough to see. So they're just going to have to coast until 2025 on the greatness of the QX60. It's really the strongest product in the lineup. They realized that no one wants CVTs in a luxury vehicle, and they got rid of the CVT and they put the 9-speed, I think it's a ZF automatic in there. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to get that VC turbo away from the CVT in the QX50 and the QX55. Also, Infiniti showed dealers a redesigned QX80 SUVs and Infiniti's first electric model, which is a swoopy race sedan to be built starting in 2025 at Nissan's assembly plant in Canton, Mississippi. I covered this last month or so. It looks to be the exact same thing as the Nissan electric vehicle. Maybe they give the Infiniti a little bit more nicer interior, higher power train, bigger power outputs, maybe a larger battery. It's hard to say. Infiniti Motor Co. chairman Payman Kargar told Automotive News, "We are working on a next generation models and we are going to have for the midterm and long-term plan of the brand. We want to make sure that every single model we are going to bring to the market would be a wow product." Will the sedan that's an Infiniti badged Nissan be a wow product? I mean, time will tell for sure. US sales for Infiniti fell 26% last year, following a 32% tumble in 2020. Even by 2030 in the US, you would have a big part of the customers still requesting non-electrified cars, Kargar said. I do agree with that. I think you will still have millions of people who do not want anything to do with an electrified vehicle. I don't believe by the end of 2030, battery technology is going to be where it needs to be. I don't believe our power structure here in the United States at least will be where it needs to be, nor the availability of charging stations. I'm not hopeful on it. Infiniti has also been doing a lot of shuffling when it comes to upper management. Wendy Motor Company announces leadership change in the Americas. Craig Keyes is now the group vice president at Infiniti of Americas. He's been with Nissan for more than 24 years doing sales, marketing, after sales logistics to the roles of the company. He was a regional vice president of the Midwest region for Nissan. He will be going to Franklin, Tennessee. He succeeds Jeff Pope, who will be the subject of an upcoming announcement for a new role at Nissan North America. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll share that. It just depends if I want to cover it or not. Genesis just snapped up Wendy Ortman from Infiniti. She was Infiniti's global head of brand and marketing communications. If we go to LinkedIn, it says she was based in Japan, but she also just wrote a big thing about her moving experience. So it looks like she's coming back to America. She's been with Nissan for a long, long time, 8 years, and Genesis nabs her up. Mark Del Russo was the CEO at Genesis last summer, I believe. Claudia Marquez succeeded him, and Marquez reports to Jose Munoz, the North American CEO of Genesis. Okay, so these changes happened October 1st, but if we look at Claudia's background, she has luxury experience at BMW, where she was at for 12 years. But prior to joining Hyundai in November, she had executive positions at Nissan North America, including the Infiniti brand. So from the sounds of it, she had a good relationship, a good working relationship with Wendy Ortman, and pulled her over to Genesis, nabbing her from Infiniti, which is a slam dunk thing in my opinion. So you have women running Genesis, and I think That's genius, especially when it comes to crossovers. Women reign supreme in the luxury segment in terms of buying crossovers, at least in my experience when I sold luxury crossovers. So with Infiniti not having a fresh product stack and new products are just few and far between right now, the sales have been suffering. And then you also have executives jumping ship to other companies that have a more bright future. So looking at Infiniti sales growth here, back in 2005, selling 138,000 units, and they peaked. They had this massive peak in 2017, 153,000 units, which is a huge part of the market share. If we look at the total market share in America, they almost accounted for 1%, about 0.9%. And then you see the dramatic fall after 2018, after Carlos Ghosn literally packed himself in a bag and flew out of Japan and left Nissan forever after he was charged by committing all sorts of money laundering crimes. I'm not an expert in that particular story, but yeah, just look at the free fall here from 153 2 years later to 117, 3 years later to 79, and in 2021 they sold 58,000 units, and it's going to be worse, I have a feeling, here in 2022. They have the QX60, which is their by far the most tempting item in their lineup. The rest of two other crossovers, CVTs, and then their sedans and coupes, while not bad, they're very, very, very long in the tooth with the Q50 and the Q60. QX80 getting a redesign soon is really cool. I love the QX80. I think that's probably my favorite product in the Infiniti lineup. It's just a badass Nissan Patrol. There's nothing wrong with that. Nissan Armada, same thing. But Infiniti just has a stale lineup, no new models coming until 2025. Even though we got the QX60 last year, is it enough to keep them afloat until reinforcements come in 2025? Is it enough to keep them afloat as management leaves a sinking ship to go for greener pastures in places like Genesis? It's very interesting. Can't wait to see you guys comment down below. I'll check you in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed for more Nissan Infiniti news. I have a Nissan Frontier coming in this week for review. Can't wait to review the new one. I've been waiting a long time. Anyways, guys, I'll check you in the next video.